Hello everyone, in this video I will show you how I completed Flanders from echoCTF. I just want to highlight that there are many walkthroughs out there, as this box is one of the first ones. So let's jump in. First of all, I'm just going to use Tmax because this is what I like the most. Let's call that VPN, and I will connect to the echoCTF VPN so I can start the box. Alright, I have to download it first. So I'll go to my profile actions, download echoCTF, and that's it. So in order to stay organized, I created a VPNs folder. I'll move the file here. Okay, it should be there, right? Great. So let's connect. Great. Okay, now let's start the box. Okay, we have to wait a bit for the box to power up. Let's refresh, and there we go. So let's try to ping it to see if we can access it. Ping. Great, it seems that it's up. So in order to stay organized, let's first create a folder for the box. Flanders, and inside Flanders, just gonna create an nmap folder so we can store all the nmap results in one folder. And let's begin. So I'll start with scanning all the ports in a verbose mode. All the ports, the IP of the box, OA, nmap, all ports. Cool. So I just wanted to show that this nmap will take too long, and for CTFs, if that's for most of the CTFs, let's say that's not the case most of the times. As we can see, we already get a delay. And as it moves on, we see that it will be much slower. So as you can see, the time is going up and up and up. So what I did, it's then I tried to make it with T4, which speeds up the scan. And let's make to output the versions if any ports are found, and do the save scripts as well. So all ports, default scripts. Let's see if we can get anything like this. Here we go. We discovered the port, which in the previous case it took longer. It didn't discover this port. So first things first, we're gonna let it finish. Maybe we find more. However, we can see from the echoCTF that is just one service, so we're sure that there is only one port alive. So let's see if this port is an, let's say, HTTP, if it's an HTTP port. Oh. So 66022. Doesn't seem that that's the case. What we can do, just gonna let it finish there. We can try fingerprint it manually with NCAT and VC. We'll put the IP name, our target name, and the port. As you can see, we can grab the banner, which in this case we can see is an SSH port, and it seems an old one. We're gonna check it now. And since we're doing this for good practice, we're gonna try taking notes for each of the machines. Just gonna split the screen like this. Come on. Okay. Put that here. Make it bigger. Okay. Let's call this Flanders. Make it bold. Let's use just an icon. Okay. And the front there's gonna just put the IP. And map. Okay, here we're gonna put our nmap results, and for each port found we're gonna do a new, okay, let's save it to documents, echoCTF, Flanders, create a new directory and call it cherry tree. Notes, save. Okay, so till that finishes we can move forward and start researching this part, but for now I'm just gonna put this here. I'm gonna say SSH 22. So if you're wondering how I highlight stuff, just if you highlight it and press Shift Alt and then F, you can highlight the text. If you highlight and then Shift Alt B, then you can do the background highlight. I like it to do like this, so I can see clearly what I was doing. Okay, so we can search for this and see what we get. So right off the bat, you can see there is a authentication bypass Linux remote exploit. Maybe we can find, we can open these and these. We can get the CV number as well here. And there are also a GitHub. So it's using Python for the script. Okay. Here we can see it is base to 1. Okay. That's the CV, right? 2018 993 993. Okay, we can try this. And let's copy it in the root format, make a directory. Let's go inside Flanders, make a directory, let's call it exploits. Because it's a CTF, I can really go ahead and try the exploit on the target, but in a real scenario, when we're doing a real pen test, like, it's better to know exactly what the script does to the target so we don't cause any trouble or installing malware. So let's say ssh exploit.py, paste that in, and let's see what the script does. Did I paste it twice? Okay. Okay, we don't need this. And we can see the developer of the script here says we need to have the Python library Paramico. Okay. Can see some notes here, but okay, let's go ahead and run it and see what we get back, and then we can fix it on the go. So first of all, what was it? Paramico. Was it Paramico? I think it was Paramico, right? Yeah. So this is what we need. So first of all, let's create a virtual environment for Python. Python 3 venv.venv. So we need to install it. Okay, let's go ahead and install this. Has no installation guide. Okay, how to install venv Python venv on Kali. Let's see if that works. Okay, seems that we have that. What's gonna check why was okay because okay. Okay, let's see how we can install this. Python. Python 3 virtual environment module, because I think it's a module, right? Let's see. Let's try this. Yeah, and as you can see here, we can use Python 3 mvenv, then the name of the virtual environment, then source it, and then we can then install Paramigo. I'm not sure if this is the right way to install the virtual environment, but let's see if it works. Yeah, this exploit uses Paramigo as well, so I think it's necessary to install it, right? Yeah. A ton of things can go wrong. Oh, there is a Metasploit module as well. We go ahead and use the script we found rather than Metasploit. We can try Metasploit as well after, but let's see. Come on. Can we run it now? Please. No. Did we? Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's remove our event. Let's try recreating it. Sure, not create successfully because ensure pip is not available. Oh, that was it. Wait, what was all this about? Whatever, okay. Okay, now we successfully created the virtual environment. So let's source it, bin, activate. Okay, we are in a virtual environment. And finally we can install the Paramigo thingy. Cat exploits grep Paramigo. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we have Paramigo installed. Go to exploits. Now I think we can run the script, right? Nope. What's that all about? Let's remove it and let's take it again. Okay. Hobby. No. This. Okay. I think I pasted the previous one twice. So here we go. So we need the port. We already found it, 6022. We can get a shell. Pseudo shell, okay. And then we put the host at the end. Okay, let's try this out. So the port was 6022. Shell, yes, of course we need a shell. We can log the output so we can debug it. Log.txt, verbose mode, debug mode. And our target is 10050. Okay. And there we go. Nice. Who am I? echoCTF. Nice. ls. Oh, we cannot continue. Stable shell. Okay. So we need to take a stable shell. Can I run Python through that? Let's see. Let's try again. Okay. Which Python 3? Is it installed? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we can try. I have the command already, but first of all, let's document this to our notes. So what we can write here is we had some issues installing Python 3 Ven module, but we did it with the following command. Let's find the command first, so we know the next time. Not this one. Where was it? Nope. Nope. There it is. Okay. Okay. Before that, however, we searched for a publicly available exploit for using the banner we found on port 62. Google search this. Follow the exploit. What's the CVE number again? Forgot about it. There it is. Can put it here and POC. Copy this and add it there. Nice. Okay. Okay, and after running the exploit, Control B to bold, Shift Alt to make it look better, and this is the command we run. This is what we did to install the virtual environment. And we can see there is Python, so most probably we can take a stable shell. If you search Python 3 spawn shell, upgrading simple shells to fully interactive TTYs. There it is. Python C import PTY blah blah blah. So we can use this to get a stable shell. Let's try this out. Okay. And we broke it. Nothing comes back. Okay. And try another thing. As we saw before, we can also execute commands rather than getting a shell with -c. So we're gonna try that. We're gonna try to upload a reverse shell. Let's create one with MSF Venom. However, in order to stay organized, because we're gonna host this reverse shell through a Python web server, we can do a ---- directory, move into that directory, and then use MSF Venom. I forgot the syntax, so pay loads and grab Linux. Till that finishes, we can go ahead and grab this and put in our notes. So this is the nmap. Yep, we found OpenSSH. That's the version, and can see SSH RSA here, so that might be important after. Okay, cool. Okay, we can try with we need a 64. Do we have a 64 architecture? Let's see. So we can first of all try uname A, of course. Exploits. Okay, it seems like it works, and we have a 8664 architecture. Okay, we can try both. We did that already, so let's try first with an 64, and if it doesn't work, we can try 86. So there it is. Oh, this is IPv6. Oh, this is the staged one. Okay. So OSCP payloads. Our host is, you can see our host from up there, 10.10, 11.150. Well, port is, let's put the one that is already open, so we'll make sure we get the call back. We need an elf file, and let's say L for Linux, staged x64. That looks fine. Okay. Great. There it is. So now let's host the server. v.server 180. Basically, let's split the, let's make this smaller. And let's split the window. Okay. Let's host the server here. You can easily host a server with a Python module. .server and the port you want. So we can go ahead and do a wget http 10.10.11 our IP, the file parent, and we want the same file as the output. Okay, it seems that we successfully uploaded the file. Let's make sure by listing the there it is. Okay, in order to execute it though, we have to make it executable using chmod +x and the name of our file. Okay, let's see. Yes, lsla. Okay, yeah, it's executable. Oh, we have SSH keys as well. Okay, let's first try to get the reverse shell before we check the SSH keys. So open another terminal here and listen using NCAT and VLP on port 6022. We're listening and try to execute the shell. Oh, we got the connection back. And we get a segmentation fault called down. I'm not sure why we get the segmentation fault. Maybe it's 86. Can try that as well. So we can try with 86. Okay, we got the file. Now we have to chmod it, change the permission so we can execute it. Chmod +x, this, and then execute the file. We got a connection back again, ls, and we get the same error. we can try and do an unstaged one by easily just removing the slash and adding this, make it x64 again, and say non-staged maybe. Let's see, wget, here it is. Wait, I think I did a mistake. So 64 and I said 86, it's okay. It worked. So let's mod it again. Chmod plus x. Okay, we did chmod it. Let's try to run it. Got a shot back. Less. Hey. Okay, so it seemed that it worked with the non-stage payload on the 64 architecture. I'm just curious, will it work on 86 as well? Just wanna see. Let's see, because I'm always confusing when it says you name A. Okay, yeah, this. What does that mean? Is it 86 or 64? I'm always confusing that, and I'm embarrassed about this, but it's true. So let's search for it. Okay, is this 64 or 86? So is an extension of the original. Design is often referred to as 64. Blah blah. Oh, okay. So it's 64. Okay, we learned something new. Okay, let's get back. To be honest, there is another way to get a shell. If neither of these work, the way I got it before is by executing a text file, piping it into bash. I just wanted to show this because this helped me a lot. So what we can do is we can create a new file. Let's call it shell, and we can go to our favorite pentest monkey, or just by typing bash reverse shell pentest monkey. Here it is. Can snap this from here, snap it here. We change it to 10 10 11 150, and since we know it works on port 6022, I'll leave it there. So cat shell, there it is. Okay, so we can host this, and just by one command we can try to get it. 1150, no, 11150. Get shell, and then we can do Python O for output, Python, pipe it into bin bash. And this, with this one-liner, we don't have to, we won't leave traces on the local disk of the target. So we're gonna execute this on memory, directly in memory. So NVLP. Yeah, so as you can see, we didn't require to mod it or anything like this. Can just directly get the shell. So let's move to the next part. Let's add this to our notes. So this, and go here and say we managed to get the shell with the following command. Let's make a note to ourselves that before we run the shell, we tried staged MSF Venom X64 with the shell, and it did not work, but it did work with non-staged. Good to know. Okay. So now, whenever I get the shell, I'm making my life easier just by upgrading my shell with Python. We saw earlier that Python 3 is already installed on the box, the target box. So what we can do is oh no, wrong clipboard. Okay. Let's get the shell back. My bad. Okay. Copy. But why? Let's get that from here. Where is it? Stable shell. I need my stable shell command. Okay, copy this. Put that here. Okay. And we got color as well. But what we can also do is do Control Z, STT, Y, raw, dash echo, FG for ground, then export. Now I cannot clear the terminal by clicking Control L. However, when I do that and then do term equals xterm, I can, no, I can't. Why? Oh, I tapped this wrong. Oh no. Okay, let's do it again. Get this. Put our shell there. Okay. Control Z, STTY, raw, echo FG. Okay. There we go. Now we can Control L and clear the terminal. Okay, where's the first flag? The flag. Let's see. Password D. Yeah, there it is. That's the first flag. Okay. Don't care about the flags. Let's get root on this. Before I run lint piece, I'll try and do some manual enumeration. Do we have sudo? Sudo command not found. Great. Which sudo? Do I have to specify the full path? No. We can check opt. Nothing in there. Temp. Nothing in there. Okay. What users do exist on the box? So I'm gonna cut password D and then grep for everything that ends with sh. Broken pipe. Oh, it's grep. So there is only root and the user we are at the moment that have a bash shell. So let's see, what else can I do? Can I see, is there any other service running locally on this box? No. Grep listening. I don't have netstat. Great. I think I can do this with ss. Do we have ss? We do. Okay, so what do we need? Display all sockets. Yes. Listening sockets. Yes. So we need ss-a-l as info events. Yeah, we don't want names. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. We have something here. We have another SSH on the machine. That's interesting. Let's try SSH into it. 127.1. Oh, there is. And we need the root password. I think the box, where is it? Yeah, here is giving us a hint. Flanders, simple and kind, always ready to give a helping hand. His favorite catchphrase is "Okili dokili." Catchphrase sounds like passphrase, only without space. So we can try this without space, right? Okay, let's do another PE. Let's show what we find. Is we tried sudo l, but sudo command was not found on the box. There are only 2 users with bin bash, root, and me is, well, what's my name? echoCTF, and searched for local services unfound SSH unfound SSH. Okay, this is what we want, and this is a command we run. I think there's a better way to display the services, but for now let's try this. Can we connect as root? Okili. Let's remove the space. Oops. Remove the space. Copy this. Authentication failed. Did I paste correct? Yeah, I did. Okay. There were some SSH keys as we saw before, so let's try that. .ssh cat known hosts. Most of the time, no. There is a key here, and it's in the root group. That's interesting. Okay. Maybe we can use this to connect as root on the box. Is that the case? Let's try that here. So let's do nano key. Let's take this. Oh, it's an RSA key. Remove key. Just say key. So SSH-I, the key, the root at 10.0.50.0. Oh yeah, we have to specify the port as well, 6022. Okay, so the external service we can see they offer SSH RSA. However, and what was the when we did SSH? Wait a minute. This is echoCTF. Okay. We can try running. We can try this key with key. Is it my key? Okay, yeah, my key. Root at on the local local one. We don't need to specify the port because it will default 2022. Passphrase. We can use this, I guess, right? Macarena, okay. And we are root. So thank you very much for watching. That was all from me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.